Yeah, but yeah, and to talk again about like capturing what you see. Of course, some of the images do have certain things, address certain things of a country, of a city. That doesn't necessarily have to be brought up, but is part of the you know, the subject matter.
Yeah.
So
I did choose
you chose this picture, yeah.
I chose this actually. This is the first image I chose of this book. And I did so because it was at the beginning, but also it's an image of a number of ladies wearing kimono. Not a single one of them is Japanese. They're all tourists.
Exactly.
And if you look at the rest of the background, this is Asakusa, which is like traditional Japanese. There's like a huge temple there, so everybody, tourist area. I think I'd say like 90% of the people that I could see here look like they are from out of, not local.
Exactly.
So I thought it was really interesting that they are ladies, they're having so much fun wearing kimono, dressed up, and it's beautiful and everything. They are the people that are enjoying Japanese culture more than the Japanese people. And I thought that was so interesting, and it speaks about what you are kind of doing, and in a way that is, yours is more the observation of that already, so you're like one step behind it. But it tells a story about the state of Japan and how Japanese people don't even notice how interesting they are, or more like they feel like people enjoy only certain parts of Japan, and maybe that is that way, because I also know there's a lot of, what do you call those stores that rent kimonos in this area.
Right.
So they cater towards that interest from tourists from abroad, and I thought it was
cultural
really
appropriation is not a word in Japan.
That's all we do.
Yeah, exactly.
We do it great.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that.
Yeah,
that
I'm
image
very
was
happy. I'm
interesting.
very happy you chose this picture because somebody who is originally not from Japan would not immediately notice that they are not from, they're not Japanese, and so what I've noticed on my visits is that a lot of the beautiful traditions are being upheld by people who are not originally or not like Japanese, and ethnically Japanese, as you would say. And there is also a picture.
They didn't grow up there.
Huh?
They didn't grow up there. They're not local. That's
right.
You know, so from outside.
From outside, yeah. So there's also a picture of an archer, Kyoto it's called, right? Yeah. And she's from New Zealand. And I also actually wanted to have her in the book because I noticed that she was the most fanatic and passionate about the way things are being done, and which is a very, it's a very specific way of archery. And why I really wanted to have this picture in the book is because these are immigrants from Nepal. So there are a lot of immigrant workers in Japan. And so I had a little chat with them. They were like, we're from Nepal. And then I was like, okay, let's take a picture. It was like all fun and fun. I gave them my card, never heard from them again. So they don't even know they're in the book. But yeah, so that's kind of the story of a country who is struggling with certain issues economically. There are a lot of challenges at the moment that Japan is dealing with. And one of the challenges is, of course, is also a shrinking demographic. So each year there are less and less people with a Japanese citizenship. And there are tons of immigrants who don't have that citizenship. So this kind of like tells the story of immigration, of a declining demographic, and what are the solutions for a declining demographic. And you know, that's kind of like the nice thing about, but on the other hand, it can also just be a picture of beautiful women in kimono, and that's it, you know? So it's whatever you see in it, of course. You notice that, but you know, probably 60% of the people, I don't know, I'm just saying a number, but a lot of people don't notice it and just see a beautiful image. And both are, you know, are good, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a great way to enter with interest into Japan, and then as you are there, you start to look more into it, like you did. You went on adventures once you were really excited to learn more and more about it.
Right.
So now you're much more well-versed, and you will eat different things from 7-Eleven.
Right, exactly. I have to tell you one story about, like, you know, like the foreigner being engulfed in like the tradition and like really following up. So when I photographed that archer, that was in like a sports you know, there was like, they were ping-ponging, and I had to wait before the archery class started, and I saw these people ping-pong, like, oh, I can take pictures of that. Yeah. So I walk around, take pictures, and then the archery class started. And then at the end of the class, the lady that I was photographing said to me, yeah, I just got a message that you have been taking pictures downstairs, and they actually don't want you to use those pictures. I'm like, that's fine, you know, that's fine. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I was kind of caught that I was taking pictures without permission. And she said, no, it's not fine. We have to, after this class, go downstairs and you have to apologize.
Oh, whoa. Oh, okay.
And so literally I felt like some 7-year-old who had to like go on to, you know, by the hand, of somebody who was not Japanese. That was like the interesting thing. Right. And then I had to like apologize to the manager of the sports complex. And so I said it in English, then she translated the apology, and then he said something back, and it's like, it was a wonderful experience, but I haven't felt so uncomfortable in a long time. And the funny thing is, so this was somebody who is actually not Japanese.
Your friend,
and I was like thinking, what if she was Japanese? Which he would said, it's just, you know, just let it go. So I really felt that because she was an outsider, she felt that she really needed to like do it by the way you should do it. So it was really interesting experience, and made me really think about outsider, insider, and all the complex matters that come with it. It was just a
right.
It was a great experience.
It's not immediately surface level, like visible in that sense, that you notice through your activities. That's really interesting.
Right. That's just a story that I, you know, start to learn more about.
Yeah.
About the thing.